Hi, I'm Jen Long and I'm a designer for Sizzix. What's interesting about me? I think there's a handful of pivotal moments that got me to where I am today. As I look back as a child, I was always into art. I loved creating art. My parents were very encouraging of it, so I was always in drawing and painting and ceramics. And while it was something that I was involved in, I never really thought that I could have a career or a profession in it. It was something that I just did for fun. Until one day I was a senior in high school and I went to this all-girl college prep high school taught by nuns. And I was in economics class one day and we were watching a video on Alan Greenspan. And that had a really hard time holding my attention. So I opened up my notebook and I started sketching and I drew a portrait of Mr. Greenspan. And Sister Mary Adeline was not very impressed with my participation that day. And she came over to look at what I was doing and she was impressed with my drawing. And she stopped and asked me if I had applied to any art schools. The concept of applying to an art school had never occurred to me at all. I had been thinking about going into sports medicine or kinesiology, and I had already started applying to schools for that kind of focus. So that afternoon I went to the Human Resources Department and I started researching the art schools in my area, and I learned about all the different programs you could get into and the specialties and the degrees you could get. And I started making my portfolio the very next day. I ended up at Otis College of Art and Design with a bachelor's degree in communication arts. And I'd say that was a pivotal moment where I chose to change my path and realized that I could follow my passion if I put my mind to it. When I first started my early art career, I wanted to illustrate children's books. I think my biggest goal was trying to make people laugh, so there's always an element of comedy in those pieces that even I hope adults get a kick out of. My favorite children's book was Peter Rabbit. I still have the whole collection at home now, which I don't know if that's weird as an adult. And even when I got my master's degree, my dissertation was wrote on the subconscious connotations that Beatrix Potter put in her children's books. There really is a level of complexity there that not too many people are aware of. I have the whole 40-page paper if anybody's interested in reading it. I started working for Disney after I got my master's degree, and that was a huge pivotal moment for me career-wise. I would say working for that company, it installs a magnitude of inspiration and creative professionalism, and you really carry that with you for the rest of your life, and I implement it on a daily basis even now in my career here at Sizzix. Is this for real?
Yeah, we're recording.
I was not given this question.
You don't get all the questions.
Things that people don't know about me: I play the piano. I've been playing since I was in kindergarten. I'm an avid comic book geek. We try to make it down to Comic-Con every year, every other year. Wonder Woman is my favorite superhero, and I'm just a nerd. My favorite color's blue. It soothes my soul. It was how I was raised. My dad's a huge Dodger fan, so I've bled Dodger blue since I was a little girl. Always into sports and playing sports, and I run a secret football pool here at work. It's quite fun. But I didn't say that. Can't roll your eyes at me while I'm talking. I usually listen to classical music, so it just gives me a nice even tone. It offers no distractions and keeps me soothed and makes me creative. I think so, a lot of classical music all day. Motivation and inspiration for me comes from a lot of different places. I constantly look at blogs and creative websites and books and magazines to see what's new and trending, but everyone does that. I think what's equally as important is to keep your eyes open to the world around you on a daily basis. And if I have the ability to be in touch with what's popular right now, then I think maybe I have a chance to grasp of what's going to be popular in the future, so I can continue to be on trend and hopefully become a trendsetter myself. I'm constantly taking photos of stuff that inspires me, and I've been asked to put away my camera in stores more times than I can remember, but I never do. I always brag to people that I have the best job in the building because I can literally spend a full day at my desk drawing. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that it's all magic and rainbows. There's a lot of task-driven projects that I'm working on, and what we design drives the product that the company sells. So there's a lot of pressure to get things done and to get it done the right way, but I also find a lot of enjoyment in balancing all those tasks. I would have to say my favorite creative tool is my hand. My sketchbook and my pencil is very important to me. It might sound dramatic, but I feel like I pour my soul into my sketchbook just to make sure I get everything down. That doesn't sound good. Wait, let me check. Oh, I'm not postured. My sketchbook, it's a journal. It's where I write creative notes. I have creative drawings. You can literally look through my sketchbook and see where different projects originated from. If it's not near me and I have an idea, I get anxious that I'm not going to be able to get it down in time. If my house is on fire and burning down, I would go inside and grab my sketchbook. A friend recently challenged me to how many sketchbooks I had at home, and the last count was 42. And I have 6 at my desk, and 3 right here. This is a sketchbook that my good friend gave me. I draw pictures all day long, and maybe that's more of a truth than a motto, but it resonates with what I do every day, and it continues to inspire me to keep pushing forward and keep creating no matter what speed bumps you hit or what doesn't go right. You have to just keep creating every day. My favorite way to connect with followers is on a one-on-one basis. I'll go to scrapbook shows or go to craft stores and I'll start talking to people there. I just like to hear from the consumer themselves what they like and what they don't like and what they'd like to see in the future. And if I can make that connection, then hopefully I can give them more of what they're looking for in the future. My greatest hope is that they're not only inspired by the designs I've given them to work with, but that they're able to create a project that they're proud of. I love working for Sizzix. Can I just start that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I love working for Sizzix. Working for a creative company is a dream come true for me. So Sizzix as a brand, it inspires people to be creative and to grow. They take home our products and they make greeting cards and they decorate for their parties and they make quilts and they create scrapbooks. We don't sell a finished product here. We give people the tools to make their own product, and it helps them memorialize these important events in their lives, and that helps us be connected to them and be a part of their most important and cherished moments with their families and their loved ones, and that in itself is pretty special. If I had one goal here at Sizzix, it would be to help people bring out their creativeness, because everyone's an artist. I'm just giving you the tools to get started.